Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sisters Unfiltered Opinion. I'm your host, Kayla, for tonight. Ladies, introduce yourselves.
Alex.
That way. Stop it. Cash money.
Serenity.
All right. Let me just tell you, guys, we have been slacking when it comes to
Not we.
recording.
Don't say we. Ain't no we.
Every time we turn around, Cash Money got something to do.
Use a lie. Use a motherfucking lie. We gonna use a motherfucking lie.
But no,
beep. Ain't no beep. We unfiltered. Use a motherfucking lie today.
So anyway, we've been having.
You ain't gonna
start for us for
Cash
the new
Money
year.
got the hell in her today.
I'm outside this week. It's
I forgot
my birthday.
To pray for her before we begin.
We outside it. We outside tonight.
Exactly. Don't start it.
You gonna turn up with a titty.
Prayer for her. But again, welcome back. We started off to a rough year. I know my year started off pretty rough. Getting ready for the grandbaby. I can't wait. But let's get into tonight's hot topic. Pastors messing with the congregation or women in the congregation. So one church in Mississippi, they have gone viral with a video of having the sheriff to come up and break up a fight between the pastor's wife and his pregnant mistress. They was getting ready to vote him out, and he didn't want them to vote him out of the church. I think they have officially fired him, and he's out of there. So what are your thoughts on pastors messing with members?
What about what members
would you
pastors?
Attend a church? Or would you still attend that church if you knew the pastor was doing that? Or would that deter you from going to that church?
Okay, so this is the thing. I would say it all depends on if we found some transparency. Like, think about it. If you have a pastor in a church, like say you got a new pastor, your old pastor gone, whatever, you got a new pastor coming to your church. He's single. How is a pastor supposed to go about courting? And, if he's supposed to be trying to live a certain way, and be a good example of how to move as far as like dating and things like that. How is he supposed to go about, dating and trying to find a mate? And that is going to be, knowing his position in the church, that is going to be looked at so hard. So I feel like in that situation specifically, I don't think I could, but at the same time, I feel like, just because he's a pastor doesn't mean he is not human, doesn't mean he doesn't err and fall short. It would be the transparency of it. Like if obviously in that situation, he denied, I don't know if he denied it or not, I don't remember how it was, but he wasn't trying to get voted out.
Right.
So we don't know what
they called to a higher calling. You're supposed to be the example.
They're still a man though. And so right. And then we talk about being Christians. What about forgiving? We talk about being Christians. What about forgiving?
We are. But you can't lead me if you're going to hell. I don't want to be there.
So how do you know he's going to hell though?
Sin. If he married, wait a minute, because they say no sin is greater than the other. If he's married and he's stepping out on his wife, that is a sin. I'm not following that pastor.
So if you're not married and you fucking, that's a sin.
Okay.
And but I ain't the first lady of a church or pastor.
If you sin and acknowledge your sin, then you're supposed to be able to have the opportunity to be forgiven.
Right. So anyway, God forgives you
are
anyway.
They really forgiving? Right. Or they passing judgment? But I'm with Alex. Give him the opportunity. If he own it and say, yes, I did this, and I'm going to step down, that's different. But I don't think you throw somebody out of the church for being...
no.
I don't think you throw him out of the church.
Pause.
You don't put a man out of the church.
Pause. My granddaddy was a deacon for over 50 years in a church. There are rules and bylaws to the church organization, just like there are rules and bylaws to other things. There's been instances that pastors have got thrown out for other things.
But here's the thing. Most pastors are hired. They are not, they may not necessarily be a member of their church. They're hired, because I think Methodist, where I grew up as a Methodist, our pastors were appointed to our church.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the Baptists, and I believe the Baptists, they actually have their own preachers. So in that case, I guess he's not getting thrown out of church, he's just getting fired.
So it's a job. It ain't serving. Yes. Serving the Lord.
It's a job.
It's all about. It's about.
It's a job to bring.
But you're supposed to have a calling as well. And if your calling,
so you can't have a calling and sin. Because I thought because I'm not very fluent with the Bible, but they say everybody's saying it comes short of the glory. Does that ring a bell or anything? Like everybody's gonna sin.
It does, but he has a job, and his job was not to go fuck the whole congregation.
Exactly. That wasn't what he was there for.
So the bylaws say do not fuck the congregation.
I don't think it say that, but I think it's understood. I mean,
right. It's right. That's the.
But hey, like.
But I just say, go ahead,
Alex. You muted. Oh, she talking to us here. She must be talking to.
I grew up in the church. Like I said, I was Methodist. There was rumors of a pastor getting a couple pregnant. And I mean, he's still a pastor to this day.
They moved him around. He's still in that church though.
He's not Methodist anymore, but
exactly.
Hey,
he's still at that. He had a different church too, right?
No, he stayed there. Actually, I mean, it was just a rumor, and nobody said anything out loud.
No, but see what you're talking about is facts. It's facts though. The lady showed up with a whole belly.
It's like Charles.
That ain't no rumor. That ain't no rumor. The man showed up. I mean, okay. So put it in a perspective. Do y'all remember then the female pastor who was married to the other lady, and they said she took the money from the church, and the church was in debt? Do y'all remember that story a while back? That about that group?
I think so, baby.
Yeah. So put it in that regard. It ain't even about the cheating part. Like Kayla, going back to what Kayla said, they have pastoral duties. So you don't think that lady should have been removed? That pastor should have been removed from the church for stealing the money? Because that's a sin too. So
that is sin. She was stealing, right? You right.
You don't think she should be removed? That pastor, I'm not even gonna say male or female. Do you don't think the pastor in the church should be removed?
She need to go to jail. That's a crime. That's embezzlement. So that's different.
Hey, guess what? In the military, fornicating and adultery is a crime too. So I'm just saying.
So everybody,
they both are sin.
But I'm just saying that
they both are sin. They got a job.
Did they have a video where that lady walking down the aisle, her pregnant, someone said Charles? They do.
Not Charles. I hope his name wasn't Charles. I hope his name wasn't Charles.
Funny, but she got her there and spoke and said she's standing by her husband. So okay,
who spoke? Wait, the pregnant. Wait,
the wife, first lady. She said she ain't giving up her position.
Correct. Question: would you stand by your husband if it was you, the wife? You was the wife, and all this happened. She has said she was standing by her husband.
I'm calling Kelly.
Y'all don't went viral. Hell to the no.
So listen, I'm gonna bring up something because we just passed Martin Luther King Day holiday, and people be bringing up how Martin Luther King did, things or whatever.
Is that valid? They got receipts for that. They got receipts for that.
Apparently, they have phone calls because the FBI was tapping his calls.
Why they ain't released that yet? They released everything else. Where is that? Released them.
Because it might be with our grandmoms and they don't want us to know.
Do it not do that clear. Tonight with me on the phone.
Let's just be clear. Like a lot of, especially women in situations and positions of that nature, they would stand by their husband. They feel like that's a part of their duty.
It's probably, yeah. I don't know
if then they had to if they saw for the greater good, but no, hell no, I'm not. Sorry.
It's
I
just a
don't
different
stood by
age
some
and time
crazy
right
stuff.
now.
I don't know.
Marriage
I
was
never
forever
say
back then.
never.
I'm
Never
not.
say never.
I'm not. I'm a never on that one. Never
And then
ever.
you're gonna be taking care of the little mistress baby. Gonna be coming
Hell
over.
to the no.
Y'all, that's and see, and I'm gonna tell y'all something because I know we have all talked about, you know, cheating and things like that before. I know men that have cheated on their wives, not with me, with other people, and made babies, and I'll be like, in the midst of the person telling me a story about, and I hate to say this, I'd be like, what are you doing? Don't make a baby on your wife. Like, don't do that. Don't make a baby on your wife. I mean, I can't, you're going to do what you're going to do, but don't make a baby on your wife. Like, don't do that. And they do it. And it's just the worst. And it never works out. You try.
Hey, but
They
you
try
can't
to make
guarantee
it
that
work and it don't
unless
really
you're
ever
not
work.
fucking
You know
nobody
what?
outside of your
What's
wife.
done in the dark will come to the light.
Exactly.
So if it's a baby was brought forth, that was so that whatever it was could come to the light.
Sometimes it's what it takes.
So rockabye baby.
You need some receipts. I got a baby by the mistress. Receipts.
You want to swab his mouth? Hey.
So what's the consensus? Y'all think the man should be kicked out of church because he's a preacher?
I wouldn't go there. If he stayed, I wouldn't go there.
I think the church board has the right to vote him out if they don't feel like he is
representative of their organization.
Most pastors get
right.
There are
That's
pastors
what church
that get
boards
paid.
and things are for.
So he's not a member, so they can fire him. In other words, what Kayla said.
Because some pastors get paid, some do and some don't.
And then some of them are members. You know, it depends on if you come up in the church, especially if oh, God forbid, I hope he didn't come from a family of pastors and he got inherited. Because, you know, some churches do that too. You know, the succession of line is the pastor, father, and grandfather was over the church and everything like that too. So I hope it wasn't that, because that would just make it even messier. Child. He better
that's the thing. He'll leave that church and he'll be able to go to another church.
Right.
Just like the police.
I think the board should sit around the table, say he can no longer be the pastor, but he can be a member because he needs Jesus. Because he
they probably could.
It should be like, instead of you fired, get the hell up out of our church. You need Jesus. We need to set you on the altar and pray for you. So you need to become a member.
They might,
until you can earn your stripes again.
Okay, so let me tell you this. So I've heard of pastors that similar things like that. They don't take their ability to. They're still a pastor or a minister or a reverend or whatever, but they sit them down for a period of time. I don't think every church would kick them, to Serenity's point, would kick them out, but I think they sit them down and they take away their preaching abilities for a while in some churches.
Privilege.
I have seen that. I have heard of that happening in a church where when the pastor, you know, they set him down and he couldn't preach for some time, you know, until he regained the congregations and the board and everybody's trust that he was not going to abuse his pastoral position.
Well, another thing, we have to just realize everybody's made of flesh. We're flesh. We're not like Jesus, where he gave us free will. He gave everybody free will to do everything that you want to do. Like Serenity said, did he need some help? Yeah, probably kicking him out is not the best thing. Because there was like the sheriff had to be called, but maybe it's because the girl wanted to fight. But
she needs to be on the altar too.
Right. They all need to be.
Yeah, they should have just brought all them up and made a prayer circle around them.
But clearly clearly his focus is also, Kayla, I get what you're saying. You know, yeah, we're all got free will and flesh, but he's supposed to be leading lives. So you supposed to have yourself in order. I'm not saying he can't stray or fall down, but you need to be honest. And when you saw it was getting out of control, you should have sought some additional counsel and some help.
You probably have a nice little pencil skirt. They're going to altar call. Her booty was showing.
I'm not gonna say they not
And he
gonna
was like,
be tempted,
Lord,
but
Sister
you ain't. But
Clarence.
being a
I
man
want to lay on alt.
or woman of the cloak, you not supposed to be tempted. You not supposed to be tempted of the worldly things, and you supposed to be leading people.
But how can you when you're not? I mean, like I know I listened to another pastor. He's like, he's flesh. Do he not look at other women? Yes.
Yeah.
But you don't act upon it. It's okay.
That's the point. That's what I'm saying. That's the point. You gotta have they're supposed to have the restraint to not act.
Listen, I'll just say this. It's so many pastors. Just for me, I read and look up into a lot of celebrity or like things from back in the day, old stuff. You would not believe how many pastors that were like well-known pastors all around the country, the world, or whatever, Black churches and everything, who was doing all types of stuff, degenerate stuff in their churches to their members. And what Kayla said, they're still flesh, they're still, human beings. And what happens is they have people, just like you have the molester in the family that, people covering up for him. There are people in the church that they hold their pastor to so high esteem that they cover up, or they turn a blind eye to the mess that they see going on, that they think they want to suspect, but they can't say for sure is going on.
I'm gonna say one name, and we're gonna say, where is that pastor at? Because this situation occurred not too long ago, and we ain't heard from that pastor since.
Down there where he at? Wait, who you talking about?
Pastor John Gray. We ain't heard from him and his wife.
What happened to him?
He was messing around on his wife.
That's her classmate. He went to Withrow.
Cause then they have a show from me,
and I'm just saying, it came out he was messing around on his wife.
He made a statement on his page. Look, I followed him. Look.
And where he been?
I really haven't seen him in a long time either. Where you at, Pastor?
I'm finna look.
I hadn't either, and I like John Gray and his wife. Oh, you got ready tonight?
He had cheated.
Oh, you get ready. You got red.
I'm just saying, I don't have no receipts, but like y'all, what y'all just had to say, where he been at? We ain't heard from him. They set him down somewhere, so he could go work on. So he could go work on himself.
He just posted. We just don't see his post as much probably, but he just posted on the 14th. He posted and preaching is two different things, Alex. That's what I'm telling you. He's still at his church.
Well, he don't simmer down. We won't even hear about him.
Right, because this is at church. Yeah, they had New Year's service.
So the board done said, you go on over there and sit down and be quiet.
And let the church say amen.
He's still preaching. He been preaching.
That's crazy.
That's the most recent before this example that I can
one
think
down
of.
there with y'all, before the one down there in Atlanta that he passed away. Didn't he wind up passing away?
Who? The one that said was gay.
The one, yup. Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about
from New Birth?
Yeah. Oh, Eddie Long. I'm talking about Mr. Eddie
What
Long.
Happened to him?
He died.
He
I don't know where he died from. Looked like he had got really small, but we ain't finna talk about that because we don't want to be sued. This is alleged.
Yeah. So
all this is allegedly, people.
Allegedly, yes.
Right.
I don't know. Allegedly died.
He died.
He passed away.
How long ago?
Some years ago.
Maybe COVID time before.
No,
COVID.
That was before that.
But it was like maybe the year of COVID, I believe it, because it has not been long.
They don't even know really when COVID started. COVID started in 2019, but they gonna say it started in 2020.
He died long before.
It started December 2019, didn't it? That's when November.
That man died in 2017. He died in 2017.
2017.
Oh wow, shit. I mean,
that's why I said that was before COVID. Well before COVID.
That was.
Oh, so y'all would leave the church. That what y'all saying?
I don't know if I'll leave my church because they might make the pastor leave. So I don't know if I'm gonna leave.
She was saying if he stayed. If he stayed, I'm not staying.
I would stay. I would pray for my pastor.
And that's the thing. People pray for their pastors.
I can pray for him and not go there.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Pray for their pastor.
So it's not even okay. We talking about it. It ain't even so much as the act. My thing is if you was tempted in that regard, what else have you been tempted about, and are you really reading the word of God? Because there are some false prophets is real, and every pastor of a church ain't necessarily been called by the man above. So it would make me question your teachings and things of that nature.
But what if you learning, you know some of the word, and you're learning from this man? He's teaching, but he just got to get his shit together.
He a man.
People can know the word like the front and back of their hand and still do wrong.
Because but it's more than knowing the word, though. It's more than knowing the word. Being a pastor, you're supposed to be called to be a pastor. There are God's chosen.
He can be called
his word. So I would question. It's a lot more to it. I would question. It would make me question everything about that pastor. If they kept him, I might have to leave, or I need to see some drastic changes because, I'm questioning. You ain't lead me to hell. You're not leading me to
some people that's gonna leave.
I'm praying for my first lady and my pastor. I'm praying for both of them.
I can still pray for both of them and leave.
And I'm praying for that mistress because she need to be laid on the altar too because she's sleeping with a married man. I'm praying for her too.
But I'm not praying for everybody. That still don't mean you can't leave. I'm just saying.
I think all three of them should continue to go to the church. Everybody.
Hey, the people that with the money said different.
What about he's single? Now, if he's single and good looking, I'm going to continue going. And I'm going to go to Pastor Stead and I'm going to go pray for him.
With your pencil skirt on?
Yes.
No. Y'all better quit playing with the Lord.
That's not playing.
Y'all better
who to say that was from my husband? I'm just helping him see what he has.
You're going to bring
a plate. That is not first lady material. No. Move along.
Let me tell you, but I had a crush on Warnock when he was around. I'm like, ooh, that's a good looking man. I need to go to that church on sitting the front seat with my pencil skirt on.
Kayla, I love you. You are wife material, but you are not first lady material.
What?
No, ma'am. No, Kayla. Kayla, no, ma'am.
Kayla, you could be anything you want to be, girl.
Don't lie to her.
I can sing. I can lead Sunday school.
Do not lie to Kayla. No, you can be anything you want to know. I love you. You can be a wife and all.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you, when you come to my church, like, this lady did not believe I was gonna be the first lady of this church.
You know what?
Fine establishment.
I get up there and right with you. I'm just saying.
How you just say somebody not first lady material?
Hey, I'm being honest.
Do you want me to sing a solo?
Because I say it about myself. I ain't gonna never see myself as being a first lady. I'm just saying. I'm gonna
be a first lady. My feelings hurt.
Hey, well, you gonna lead a ministry?
Yeah.
She said she gonna lead children's church.
I know the Bible, honey. Can I tell you, I grew up in that church.
First lady.
I'm gonna giving honor to God, who's the head of me and my husband.
Stop playing that, Kayla.
Kayla, quit playing with the Lord. Move on. We're gonna move on. We agree to disagree.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, is this a hot topic? What is the topic? Was this the topic?
This is topic.
Well, this needs to be a topic right here because it was getting good, horny. But let me just wrap it around to our hometown, Opelika. Well, not our hometown, but an area, Opelika, Alabama, where there's a certain preacher who's going around and having sex with members in the church.
What's she?
You got receipts, or is that allegedly?
Oh, it's receipts.
It's receipts because she said it herself. We should see can we get her on here, but I think somebody else don't got her on now. But baby, she said they used to do it in his house. It's a chair that they used to do it in. because she moved in with them.
So he's single or he's married?
Him. You mustn't listen to the whole
I didn't listen to the
Is he married or is
he's
he
married?
He's married.
She was going through some hard times. She worked with the wife. She's going through hard times. She has a child. So they moved in with them. And at that point, he started saying little slick stuff to her. And she said she was afraid that if she did not comply, her daughter would not have anywhere to go. So she complied. As it went on, she had started to have feelings for him. They used to do it in the church. And then here's the kicker. She was sending it when she did get her own place, sending the pastor money, food stamps. That nigga need to be choked. Now he don't need to be no pastor.
Fatal attraction.
He sounds like what's
he
the word?
Groomed her. He groomed her.
But no, it's another word though. Because why
right?
He the pastor, but then once she get her own place, she's sending him food stamps.
So she showed receipts where he be like, hey, can I get the food stamp card? You gonna send me some money? And she showed how much she sent to that man. The man is disgusting. Now that man does not need to preach to nobody.
That's different.
Yeah, he definitely like.
But she ain't just as wrong, but she wrong. She wrong as well. Even if he was pursuing
if you homeless, if you damn near homeless, you got a child to take care of. Is she really wrong?
Yeah,
he played on her.
And I agree. He preyed on her, but at the same time, at some point,
it was not 9 degrees outside this week.
I'm just saying, at some point, you wake up and know right is right and wrong is wrong.
She knew it was wrong. I think she definitely knew it was wrong, but
that's what I'm saying. At some point, I got to go. This ain't the way I want to be feeding my kid. It's other means and all that. Especially after she done moved out and he still contacted you. Could have cut that off at that point. You doing it because you want to at that point.
I think
we just talked about that the other day. By that time, she had feelings for the man.
Right.
By that time, she had, at least she thought.
I guess you have to do what you gotta do for your kids, and hey, you just get them feelings. But he's scum and need to be removed. Yeah. But I think that's the church he started up, so I don't know how this gonna go.
Did he start the church? I didn't know he started the church.
I don't know. It's a small church. I never heard of it till
he'll mess around and it'll be a new
song was on Facebook. It was on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, y'all.
And apparently that's not the first time, because he had a first wife and she commented on there too and said, oh, this ain't nothing new.
Wow.
Yeah, because he sounds like a user. Because why? So you took her in, had her think you was looking out for her best interest, but there to support her. You're her pastor, so she's thinking that you're kind. She's not taking. She's feeling like you there to help her out, and then you take advantage of it. That's just a totally terrible.
That's what most of them do. That's what most predators do, though. They prey on your weaknesses and then reel you in and get what they want and go on about their business.
Well, that was a good topic for tonight, you guys.
Weak-willed and easily, that's who they prey on.
Well, now there's one pastor. I don't think I'll be going back to that church. I'll find me a new church home or go back to my old home. So
he ain't worthy of getting prayed for on the altar.
I mean, he need prayer.
Wait, what say he? That's the thing. Like, he's supposed to be worthy. Everybody's supposed to be able to get praise from.
Tough. It's very tough because I feel like, I don't know, that's tough. In reality, morally, I say we're supposed to pray for people and not kick them out the church. But in reality, how I feel, if it was my family member, if it was my husband, like I want to be on Fatal Attraction.
You ain't sticking beside him. You ain't sticking beside him
on the ID channel. I can't say that, but I think the right thing to do is to forgive and to pray for that person. But I'm not here. I can't tell you that I'm there yet, but I do think that's the right thing to do.
Pause. But okay, so let's separate that, because that's the thing. A lot of people have the misconception that forgiving and praying for somebody means you have to stay there. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can forgive and pray for somebody and move on or disconnect yourself from those individuals.
Yeah.
I mean, I think and I'm not saying us, I'm just saying in general, in the past, a lot of people think that forgiveness means you still stay there with the person. And no, I don't think that's what that means. I think you can pray for people, forgive them.
But this is the church, not people. The church, I don't think God went throw us to the wayside. We've done so many things pleasing to God, and He hasn't thrown us away. He has forgiven us, and He forgives us, and we just keep doing it over and over.
But does that mean we throwing Him to the wayside because we don't want to be at the church no more? That ain't. I don't think that means that.
I think there's a way to go by it. But make sure the man gets help. You are the church. You're the church body. Make sure that man receives the help that he needs because you see it. And because the church is supposed to help the homeless, you're supposed to help people. You're not helping them by just sending them out to go to another church and do this somebody else. Why not try and help him with the family? What's going on? Counsel them. Get somebody to help him.
But that first situation, though, it was him being defiant, like they're talking about he ain't leaving his post or whatever. Like he should have been more like
that was narcissistic. That was self-centered.
What can I do to show you guys that I'm worthy to still be your pet?
Right.
He should have been more repentant about what he did than saying like, no, I ain't going nowhere.
But he did want to say something. They never did give him the chance to say what he wanted to say.
When they was like, we ain't on it. They wasn't on it.
That's what he wanted to say.
Came there sold out like that.
Right. Well, maybe he ain't had no choice once the women got the tussling. I mean, hey.
Right. Because wasn't this, it's the same time that the wife was up there talking, and then what? They just didn't give him a chance to speak. I don't know. Anyway, he fired now, so on to the next victim. I mean, church.
Oh, Kayla.
But that's the thing, he will probably be at another church.
And get him. And why did he want to have?
Maybe he not, because you know what? They have gone viral. I think it was on the Shade Room. They're viral now. So if somebody don't know them, it has to be a hole in the wall church, or I don't know. Church is just not
somebody. To your point, some church somewhere will take a chance on him in a year or two when they figure he done got himself together. And if he humbles himself and go in with the right mindset, he'll be back somewhere. He
need to take accountability and own what he did too. A lot of men out here
they will. I don't think they throw them. Every church throws them to the wayside. Like I said, they don't lose their divinity degree because they get kicked out of the church. It's theirs. They just lose, I guess, their ability to preach at certain church. He might be a guest preacher somewhere for a while afterwards until he is trusted by another board and a congregation that feels like he could lead them. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So that's a good topic for the night, ladies. Good. So I just want to know, what's the audience? What are your thoughts about this situation? Would you stay at their church? How would you feel? Comment below. Well, comment somewhere. Online, on YouTube. Just make your comment. Got questions? Want to see us talk about it a little bit more? Just say something. But good topic for the night, ladies.
And if you is a pastor that been operating in infidelity and you want to come on and discuss and share your story, reach out to me.
Or if you're a pastor that has not been operating in infidelity and you just want to give a view from a pastor standpoint, please share your point of view. Like, what do you think? Do you supposed to be kicked out, or should the church lay you on the altar?
First lady.
Or if you're a single pastor and you're looking for a wife, I'm here.
First lady Kayla.
I am first lady. I mean, I know the Bible. I know how to pray.
I'm saying that.
I mean, I make a good first lady. I know how to be humble, be quiet. Okay, of all seriousness. Any follow-up, ladies? Anything you want to say? Kelly?
Just pray.
Do your spiel.
Are we wrapping it up?
We're wrapping it up.
Oh, I didn't know we was rapping. All right, then. Well, y'all know SCS. Subscribe, comment, and share.
Call me Pastor.
No, Kayla. Y'all can't be serious.